we are going to start our syllabus of the Science 2 of the 10th standard. The first chapter here it is, that is heredity and evolution. From the first chapter we are going to see the introduction for the chapter number 1. In that, the first topic we are going to deal with, that is heredity and heredity changes. Heredity is nothing but the transfer of characters from parents to offspring. It is referred as heredity. Heredity changes is nothing but the differences that we can able to see in between parents and their offspring. It is referred as heredity changes. The next topic, that is the protein synthesis, how the proteins are formed, what are the processes that are required for the protein synthesis, that are nothing but these three steps or these three processes: transcription, translation and translocation. One of the important phenomenon, that is the protein synthesis. Later on we are going to deal with the second part of the chapter, that is the evolution. Here we are going to see what is the history behind the evolution, what is the meaning of evolution. And evolution is a very slow process, gradual changes that occurs in our surrounding. Now, what are the evidences of evolution? There are the various evidences that we are going to learn. For example, it may be anatomical evidences, morphological evidences, because these evidences are going to give the proof for the evolution. The second last topic from the chapter 1, that is the theories of evolution. Here we are going to see the three different theories put forth by the different scientists for explaining the evolution. The first theory, that is the Darwin's theory. Darwin's theory is also referred as the theory of natural selection, and it is proposed by the scientist Darwin. The second theory, that is the Lamarckism. Lamarckism is a theory of evolution put forth by the scientist Lamarck. And the third theory, that is the speciation. The last topic of the chapter number 1, that is the heredity and evolution, that is the human evolution. How we are all evolved from our ancestors, that is the human evolution. That all these topics are going to learn in our first chapter, that is heredity and evolution. The first topic is heredity and hereditary changes. In that topic we are going to deal with the further following points. The first, here we should know the genes. Genes are the component that is present in our nucleus, helpful for carrying the hereditary characters from generation to generation. Because we also have the hands, our parents also have the hands, so that is nothing but a transfer of the characters, presence of the hands in our parents as well as in us, that is due to the genes. And hence genes is also act as a unit of heredity. Here the genes specially, it is going to carry the hereditary characters from generation to generation. Heredity is nothing but the characters which are going to shift from generation to generation is referred as heredity. The main, because it is related to the genes, the study of the genes, it is referred as genetics. And hence the father or pioneer of the modern genetics is John Gregor Mendel. The next scientist, that is Hugo de Vries. Hugo de Vries in 1901 he put forth the theory, mutational theory. In the further topic we are going to deal what is the meaning of mutation. The one of the important sentence that we should remember, that DNA is our genetic material. In all living organism it is acts as genetic material. Please remember, DNA is our genetic material, not RNA. But in case of viruses, because there is an exception for the genetic material in case of viruses, because in viruses RNA acts as a genetic material. So now, what is the full form of DNA? DNA is nothing but deoxyribose nucleic acid. Deoxyribose nucleic acid. And RNA is nothing but ribose nucleic acid. Now, one of the important thing that is present known as a rDNA. So what is the full form? Recombinant DNA. Because we know that DNA is a double-stranded structure having the presence of genes on it, because DNA is made up of chromosomes. So in that, there we can able to change the genes. Suppose we have to add some additional character. In that case, we can change the DNA base pairing, and that technique is referred as recombinant DNA. And why we study the heredity? There is somewhat reason why we study the heredity. Because we can diagnose any kind of diseases. Because if you are suffering from any disease, we are going to diagnose to the doctor. After diagnosis, we can have a treatment for that disease. And the third important, that is the prevention of hereditary disorders. Hereditary disorders, the disorders which are passing from generation to generation. Suppose if your parent is suffering from some disease and you are also suffering from the same disease, and that disease is referred as hereditary disorders, and hence it can be prevented by studying the heredity. And we can also have ability to produce the hybrid varieties, because in case of the hybrid production, we are going to change their genetic material, and hence we can improve the quality of the plant or animals. So, and hence it is the applications of heredity. And all these things are written on the blackboard. You should remember, because it may come for the MCQ or object type of the questions.